6:16 and time now for What's Trending. Well, if you need an excuse to satisfy your sweet tooth before Halloween, which I think a lot of us do.
I need an excuse.
Yes, me too. So now you have one because Wednesday is National M&M's Day. You can celebrate the day by simply enjoying the candy or with an M&M inspired bake sale or party offering such goodies as M&M brownies, cookies, and cupcakes. And you can post your creations to the social media hashtag National M&M Day. And some fun facts: production of the candy began in 1941 at a New Jersey factory. The slogan, "Melts in your mouth, not in your hands," was created in 1949, and they're easy to eat in space. In fact, they're reportedly the most eaten chocolate by astronauts while in space.
Interesting.
That is a very interesting fact there, but you can't go wrong with M&Ms. I feel like it's a classic. If you don't like it, why? I guess it's just for people, who don't like chocolate, period. But I mean, you can't go wrong with M&Ms.
And they've evolved so much now. Like, they're filled with caramel, nougat, pretzels is like one of my new favorite ones.
Peanuts too, I believe.
They do. Peanuts were original too. Yeah. But I love the pretzel and the caramel. Oh my God. And then there's brownie bite one. So there's something for everyone to try.
Ooh, I didn't hear about the brownie one.
Yeah.
And of course, another funny excuse is Jeff has Reese's in a weather cave. So I've been snacking on some of those at times after the show.
So you don't need the excuse. You've just been snacking away.
There's always an excuse to look for more chocolate. I haven't had M&Ms in a while. Either in another fun debate, is it caramel or caramel? I've heard both.
Caramel.
Boy.
Caramel? I don't know.
Caramel.
Maybe it's like an East Coast versus Midwest.
I think everybody says it kind of different.
I think so, but I don't think
tomato.
I don't think there's anything grammatically incorrect there. So
potato, patata. Does anybody say patata?
No.
Okay,
no.
We're not doing that. Never mind.
Well, anyways, the segues. So space, as we mentioned, space astronauts love M&Ms. Well, Captain Kirk himself from Star Trek, William Shatner, is set to head to space on Wednesday morning. The Star Trek actor and 3 other people will lift off in a Blue Origin rocket unless there's another delay. The New Shepard's NS-18 flight will lift off from the remote area of West Texas. The flight was originally supposed to happen Monday, but was delayed because of high winds. The journey will take 11 minutes and will soar past the Kármán line, and that's the internationally recognized boundary of space. Shatner played Captain Jack T. Kirk on the long-running hit TV show Star Trek in the 1960s and went on to star in 7 Star Trek films. He's now 90 years old. Now, I know we've been talking about space a lot with Jeff Bezos and Tesla and everyone else going to space. I personally do not care to go to space. I am perfectly fine with my feet on the ground, but I think it's really cool to have someone that was on a Star Trek show that takes place fictionally in space to actually go and do it after being on a show for all those years. I think that's really cool and a well-rounded moment. Is that the right word for it?
I don't know, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool too that of course they're creating like these opportunities. But I am with you on that. I would like to stay on the ground. And he's 92, so good for him. But I'm just like, oof. Like if I was 90, I would just be chilling here. I don't know.
I don't know if I'd be in the mood to go into space if I was 90 years old. Now, if it was right now, I don't know. I'd be willing to probably give it a shot.
Go to space?
Maybe with the proper training, getting my body used to it though, because space, that's kind of a dramatic change to astronauts. And they go through a lot of training to be able to go up into space because there's so much change. Not to mention the zero gravity, which technically, by the way, with the International Space Station, they're technically always in a free fall with the Earth's orbit. So that's why they have that zero gravity.
I don't think you have to worry though, because they're only in space for 11 minutes.
Yeah,
so you don't really have to go through too much training.
Yeah, it's a little bit dramatic though from time to time. And speaking of dramatic, a fisherman reeled in an alligator gar in Kansas, the first one ever caught in the state. It was 4.5 feet long and nearly 40 pounds. The angler caught it last month on a Neosho River east of Parsons. The odd thing is, alligator gar aren't native to Kansas. Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks Fisheries biologists say it would be very difficult for this fish to have made its way to Kansas naturally, and they plan to do some genetic testing or microchemistry to try to figure out where the alligator gar originated. And one theory is that it could have been someone's pet released into the river and it got too big. Transporting and releasing fish in public waters, whether native or not, is illegal in Kansas. And you know what? I can believe that. They say, you hear a lot of stories where these animals end up in weird places, and a lot of times it's probably because it's someone's pet. And that drives me absolutely insane that someone releases pets like that because they're used to being raised and they're like, oh, you're on your own. So Even for fish, I'm like, really?
Yeah, I don't know. That thing looks really weird. Did y'all have you seen an alligator gar before?
No.
Like it's
No,
facing-
first
I haven't.
time.
It's really weird. It's kind of like shaped like an alligator. I guess that's why they call it that. But it's just so weird looking. But yeah, why bring it into a habitat that it's not used to?
And
I
that's
just
a
don't
big
get it.
fish. Like, do you
Yeah,
eat
it's
that in
huge.
the Carolinas? Is
Oh
that
no,
like-
we don't see that because
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, you made it sound like you see them all the time.
No, not at all. Yeah, we don't see those kind of fish at all. So that'll be interesting to see what they discover.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see to learn more about nature, and that's kind of the beauty of science. There's always more to learn with it, and we'll have to see how things pan out. But